Let's see if that actually goes across, and it does. All right, so yeah, I think the option is to go Evan Longoria, Robin Yount at shortstop. Ted Williams will be over in left field. Of course, Betts Carlton, who's been doing very, very well, will be over at first base. And Larry Walker in the number 5 spot in right field. Lisa Crockett will be back out in center field with Lorelei Ikai at DH, Jose O'Reilly at catcher, and Randy Fastrack at second base, with the pitcher, of course, being George Kinks. I believe we watched George Kinks against the, what was it, the Armadillos? I don't remember now, unfortunately. But George Kinks is going to be the starting pitcher here for the Whistlers. The right-handed thrower is going to be up against a stacked lineup. All right. I don't think it can get much worse than this, okay? Like, this is potentially the best lineup I think we have ever seen in the BYP. Leading off is going to be Cinnamon Roll, the second baseman, 104 overall, 2 home runs in the regular season. Hank Aaron will be batting second. He's had 2 homers. He's the center fielder for the Bats. Wade Beers has got 3 home runs and is batting .519 on the regular season. He'll be playing third base, batting third. Boom, boom, boom. McBroom will be at first base. He has 4 big shots for the season so far, 9 RBIs. Most of those have been solo shots, if my memory is correct. So, Wade Beers isn't making it easy on the RBI total, but he somehow has 9, and he's hot right now, 344. And he's 2 for 5 against George Kinks. Mike Piazza is batting 5th, the catcher for the Bats. He's got 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. He's also on fire, and 469 is the batting average for Mike Piazza. Jose Payne is batting 6th. He has 2 home runs. Hammer Longballo is batting 7th. He's got 4 home runs and 379 batting average. Ahmed Khan is the one person who can't seem to get it in line with the Bats. He's going to be playing in left field, batting 8th, but he's only batting 179. Samantha Winslow is there, of course, their defensive-oriented shortstop. She's not expected to be that good on the batting side, and her arm and range technically is barely enough to play shortstop. She's batting .207 for the regular season. All right, let's get into our ball game, shall we? We've done our work. Everything should be good to go. Our bets are in. We've got 45,000 exact caps on the line between these 2 ball clubs. The winners are going to take home a whole bunch of caps because only half of those caps are mine. So you guys have put in more than half at this point. Now, really quickly here now, I do want to kind of give a chance to be able to prepare the slate, also to get out of the ad break here. In these situations, the Whistlers on the road are 3-0. Wait, did you bet on the Whistlers or the Bats? I betted on the Whistlers. I put about 19,000 caps down for the Whistlers. I have to go with the underdog, okay? Everyone's going for the Bats. I mean, they are, okay? They're going to go for the Bats. That's going to be the case, all right? My job is to get the caps out of my account and into your guys' accounts, okay? That's my job. Regardless, otherwise, the Whistlers are having a phenomenal season, but it's just really not comparing to the Bats right now. The batting average, the batting abilities are all first except for base on balls and stolen bases for the Bats. The Whistlers, however, are doing phenomenally in regards to a bunch of other things. They're actually doing really well. They're 3rd in most categories, 2nd in a few, 6th and 4th in a few, but their pitching has been pretty good as well. Although, looking at the Bats really fast, their pitching has been phenomenal as well. Starters ERAs are 1st in the NAL. The earned run average as the team is 2nd. Bullpen ERA is 5th, so they do get hit in the bullpen a little bit more often, but it has been a very good season for the Bats. It's been an interestingly positive season for the Whistlers. They've managed to eke out some wins, and it's just been an interesting season for both ball clubs. Right now, the Bats own most of the categories, but the Whistlers do own stolen bases with White Walker of 7. And then, of course, they also own the triples with their catcher and doubles with Carlton. Interesting. In regards to the pitchers, we're looking for, of course, Ronnie Dobbs and Sally Dobbs. I didn't even realize that. Wow. We've got the sibling rivalry going on here tonight. Sally Dobbs is the closer for the Whistlers, and Ronnie Dobbs is the closer for the Bats. That's going to be amazing. Actually, sorry, not the closer for the Bats. He's just the middle relief pitcher, unlike Sally, who actually is the closer, if you want to call it that, for the Whistlers. So we'll have to see how the starting pitchers do. Both of these teams have got hot baseball players right now. They're both on winning streaks, if my memory is correct. They're both doing very, very well. Let's get into the ball game, shall we? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BYP Field number 7 of our Sportsplex that we are very rapidly moving out of as well. We're hopefully going to be out by the end of the season. Once we get to playoffs, we'll be over at our partnership playoff stadium that will be a little bit bigger, has more room for fans, and then we'll be into our new stadium at the end of the season and into Season 3. But again, welcome. Home tonight is going to be the Bats. On the away side is the Whistlers, red versus purple. It's a clash of titans right now, with the only other team in the 6-1 category for wins and losses being the Frogs, which is yours truly's home team, basically. So, with that being said and done, are you guys ready for some baseball? Nancy Chin on the mound, 98 on the hold, 69. Very nice on the stamina. So she may not go very long. She might probably go 5 or 6 innings today. Evan Longoria is going to be the first batter here in the top of the first. Oh. Evan Longoria, top of the first. Wait, not ready, says Mr. Hot. Well, I gave you a couple more seconds there. As we go ahead and get ourselves on around here. And Nancy Chin is going to have a 1-0 pitch on the way to the leadoff batter, Evan Longoria. And he's going to pop it out to center. That's going to fall in for a leadoff single. I know the spinning around is a little much sometimes. Leadoff single for Evan Longoria. And 1 second, folks, I would not like to do this, but I have been told that it is time to put the little kiddo down. Let me see where they're at with this. We literally just did an ad break. That was just badly timed. That was a little bit badly timed. Regretfully, folks, before we get too far into no, let's finish the first inning and then I will go say goodnight. We'll do it in just a second here. Please do not put the kid. Okay, that's true. Yes, I will not put the kid down. To bed is what I meant to say, okay? All right, if you guys are fine with it, I need to take that 3-minute ad break real fast. Hold on. I'm going to go do that, make sure he's good to go, and then we'll be right back, and we'll get into the rest of the top of the first. Would have loved it done before we jumped into the ball game, but oh well, it happens. Give me 3 minutes, folks. Stretch, get some water. I've got Kool-Aid, so get whatever you need. We'll be back in 3 minutes. All right, we are back. Almost back with the ad break there. Again, my apologies for having to do that immediately again, but badly timed for the first ad break, unfortunately. It is going very well, Qui-Gon Jake. It is going very, very well. We have a lot of work to do, though, which is good and bad. The archiving is going well. The YouTube channel is going very, very well. But we do need to redo the entire baseball uniforms, which means basically we have to take down 5 uniforms per team, take them down and off of the store, and then we're putting on like 8 uniforms. No, we're putting on like 12 because there's going to be 2 different types of uniforms for every single team, and then there's multiple versions of each of those types. Yeah, we've got a lot of work ahead of us. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, back to the baseball game. Evan Longoria led off the game with a single off of Nancy Chin, and now they're going to have Robin Yount and the rest of the party, who are all having great seasons so far. Let's see if the Whistlers can jump on top of the Bats here in the top of the first. Oh, that was interesting. I guess the 3-1 pitch gets away from Nancy Chin, and that's going to hit Robin Yount. So much for being competitive in that at bat, unfortunately. That'll bring up Ted Williams. Runners now on first and second. Interesting. That one just kind of got away, but Nancy Chin also. Debatable about that one. I don't know. Ted Williams, runners on first and second. Nobody out in a full count pitch. Ted hits it high. Ted hits it out to center field. It's keeping on going. The wind brings it out, and Ted Williams hits home run number 2 for the season. A huge 3-run blast for Ted Williams, 473 feet. It was a no-doubter. At the sound of the bat, everyone was just like, boop, boop, that's gone. Will this be a 17-14 game? Don't tempt us, death from above. That is, I was already expecting this game to probably end somewhere in the ballpark of 10-7. That's only being justified right now. Butts Carlton is going to be the next batter after Ted Williams went down, picked up a knuckleball, and drove it 470 plus feet. Wow. 2-2 pitch on the way to Butts Carlton. Called strike three. That'll be the first out finally for Nancy Chin here in the top of the first. It's been a rough one so far. She's already thrown 19 pitches, and Larry Walker is going to be the next batter up. And the first pitch on the way to Larry Walker. And that one's hit high. That one's hit deep, and Walker has gone yard. Third home run of the regular season for Larry Walker, 466 feet. Nancy Chin is going to have a pitcher's visit from the pitching coach of the Bats. Those have both been absolutely just destroyed pitches. That one was just right down the middle, 71 miles an hour, not moving at all. And Walker, from Colorado, a Rocky at heart. And the home team is wearing purple. And technically, if we're in the Aztec Mayan areas, you know, it's pretty mountainous over there. It is 4-0 Whistlers here in the top of the first. Lisa Crockett, an 0-2 pitch from Nancy Chin. And it looks like the pitching coach visit helped her out a little bit. She gets 3 straight pitches on Crockett, and that's going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Nancy Chin. She's now up to 23 pitches. That was, in fact, a 3-pitch strikeout right about there. Lorelei, a.k.a., is going to be the next batter in a full count pitch. It's going to be ball 4, low and inside. Competitive, but still a walk. Lorelei takes her lead over at first base. Jose O'Reilly is going to be the next batter. The Bats are looking to get out of the inning without any more damage happening against Nancy Chin. They're going to do a pickoff move at first base, and they're going to get Ikei. Lorelei got a little bit too far off. Nancy Chin has a fantastic hold and a fantastic pickoff and is able to get the out, but not before. The Whistlers score 4 runs on 2 homers. They get 3 hits in the inning and a walk, or a hit batsman, sorry, and a walk technically, and they will take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the first. More like a kickoff there. To an extent, yes, you're not wrong. George Orkinks is going to be on the mound here for the Whistlers in the bottom of the first. The Bats would love to respond in kind with their own multi-run inning here. That would probably be the best approach. A 1-2 offering from George Orkinks. He's had a rough time so far. And that's going to be skied out center field, but on comes the center fielder Crockett, and she'll make the play. So a couple pitches there for Cinnamon Roll, and he will be retired to deep, no, it's a shallow center field technically. Hank Aaron is going to be the next batter up. At this point, he's batting .344, and he's got a 2-2 pitch on the way from George Orkinks. Ground ball to the third baseman, Longoria, who picks it up, fires it across the diamond, and that'll retire Hank Aaron. Nice play by Longoria. That one was smoked to the third baseman. But the 94 defensive third baseman, Evan Longoria, Gold Glover, is able to make it look pretty easy. Wade Beers is up next, batting .519, 3 home runs. He's had a fantastic season so far. The power is still catching up, in all honesty. It's still catching up. But he has been doing fantastic. He needs to pick it up at home, though. He's had 9 at-bats. He's only batting .333 at home. He's batting like .650 on the road. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball. Lightly tapped over to second base. Second baseman, that's going to be fast track. Throws it over to first, retiring Beers. 1, 2, 3, go the baseball bats. And we'll head to the top of the second. It is still 4-0 Whistlers. So we didn't quite get the response that the Bats were hoping for, but you know what? That's okay. They will have many, 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 many more chances to be able to do it right now. Jose O'Reilly, once again, batting here in the bottom, or the top of the second. And this time he's going to get a hit. All right, so Nancy Chin is not having a good day so far. Their second hit batsman. She's given up 2 home runs. a walk, and she's had 2 strikeouts, so she's been effective yet chaotic. Randy Fast Track going to be the next batter up here in the top of the first. The number 9 batter, Jose O'Reilly on first base. 1-0 pitch is grounded to second baseman. Over to short, to first. That's a double play. Turned easily for the bats right there. It was not a sharp ground ball, but a routine ground ball to cinnamon roll over to Samantha Winslow to Boom Boom McBroom, and there's now 2 down in the inning. That helps recover Nancy Chen a little bit there from the hit by batsman. Evan Longoria had the single in the top of the first. Let's see what he can do here. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Nancy Chen bounces back in the top of the second. Technically 1-2-3 go the Whistlers, as we'll head to the bottom of the inning. It's still in Grand Slam territory, but a couple of homers would help a little bit here. George Kings has got Boom Boom McBroom, Mike Piazza, and Jose Payne, if my memory is correct on his first name. Boom Boom is going to have a 3-2 full count pitch on the way. Ground ball to Longoria, who picks it up, fires across the diamond. Makes it look a little bit tough, but he gets the out. Evan Longoria has been busy. The infield has been busy here for the Whistlers, but they have retired the first 5 bats that they have seen. Mike Piazza, 0-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball to the third baseman again. Longoria fires across the diamond, and that's another ground out. Another 5-3 play as Evan Longoria is getting all of the action down at third base. It seems like as if the bats are on it, but they're just ahead of it too much, and they're just poking it into the ground right to the infielders, and they're not getting great wood on it. Jose Payne is going to be the next batter up here in the bottom of the second. George Kings now 24 pitches on the evening, and a 1-0 offering to Payne. That one's hit out to right field. Walker's there to make the play. Again, another softly hit ball that results in another 3 up, 3 down inning. And the Whistlers are going to be heading to the top of the third, still have a commanding 4-0 lead. They're not getting great wood. I mean, isn't that the problem in this world, guys? Isn't that just the biggest issue in this world anyways? You heard me. Top of the third we go, and Robin Yount is going to be the next person up to bat here. 0-2 pitch on the way. And that one's hit out to left field. That's hit pretty well. Out goes left fielder. Gonna have enough room, though. It is gonna make a nice little jogging catch is Khan. And that will retire Robin Yount. So Yount put a charge in it, but his power is not quite that good. And results in an easy-ish fly ball out for Ahmed Khan. Ted Williams is gonna be the next batter here. Nobody on, 1 down, and a 2-2 pitch on the way to Ted Williams.
Strike 3.
And that time, he's a strikeout victim. Ted Williams looked completely uncomfortable against the knuckleball throwing Nancy Chen right there. And that's going to be a 5-pitch strikeout for Nancy Chen, number 4 on the evening. She has settled down now that she's gotten the pitching coach visit. She's finally looking pretty good. She's now had officially 5 batters retired in a row, I believe. Actually, I think it's 6 or 7 technically. Butts Carlton, an 0-1 pitch on the way. And I might have spoken too soon. Nope, yeah, I have. It's going to be, basically, it's a single for Butts Carlton, just over the shortstop who is not able to get to it in time. And it'll be a 2-out hit for the Whistlers. Larry Walker, who pinged the home run to finish the scoring in the top of the first, is going to be up to bat next. Runner on first base, full count pitch to Walker. And Walker smokes it out to center field, but there to make the grab is Hank Aaron. They'll retire the side. The Whistlers get a hit. They strand the runner. It's still 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Everything is going away, squad, so far. We get to the bottom of the third, and Hammer Longballow, Ahmed Khan, and Samantha Winslow are going to be the batters. That's amazing that Hammer Longballow, Ahmed Khan, and Samantha Winslow are your 7, 8, and 9 batters. Your 7, 8, and 9 batters. These would be like 5, 6, and 7 for most teams. Hammer Longballow's got a full count pitch.
Strike 3.
Swings and misses, and Longballow is sent packing. George King struts off the mound a little bit. All righty. 7 up, 7 down for George Kinks, technically. And that's going to bring up Ahmed Khan, an 0-2 pitch called. Strike 3. Ooh, that one might have been framed really well. Khan's not happy about the call either, and it's going to be another strikeout. That was off the plate. And I can see why he wasn't happy about that one. That was completely off the plate. Not low, but it was definitely away. It was definitely away. George Kinks gets a lucky second strikeout right about there. 35 pitches now, and Samantha Winslow is the final opportunity before we go to the top of the 4th. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fly ball out to right field. Walker ranging over to his left, makes the grab, and 9 up, 9 down have gone the bats. George Kinks is proud of himself. This is all the Whistlers could have asked for. They are taking down the bats currently. A third of the way through the ball game, and it's 4-0. So, guys and gals, about that bet. About that bet. The bats have got to figure it out here pretty soon. Yeah, you're right. They still have 6 innings left to play. Yes, you're right. You're right. Nancy Chin back out on the mound, 56 pitches. She has recovered very nicely. She has retired the last, I believe, 7 batters in a row for the bats. It is going okay for them after that rough top of the 1st. Lisa Crockett, 2-0 pitch on the way. I'm sorry, I take that back. They had given up a single, 2-out single in the last inning, so technically it wasn't 7 up, 7 down, but it's been good. As line drive over to first base, McBroom there to make the play. Well done for Boom Boom. That's going to be the first out here in the top of the 4th. And Lorelai Ikayai is going to have a 3-1 pitch on the way. That's low and away, ball 4. The knuckleball giveth, the knuckleball taketh away is what it feels like for Nancy Chin about now. That is going to be walk number 2 on the evening for Nancy Chin. Jose O'Reilly, runner on first base. Ikayai was picked off in the top of the 2nd, if my memory is correct. 1-0 pitch on the way. There goes the runner. Throw down from the catcher, and Piazza gets the caught stealing. It wasn't even close, and I don't know if that was... No, that was pretty much all Nancy Chin right about there. The left-handed pitcher, 98 hold, even with the weakish arm of Mike Piazza. He got the ball so much faster than he expected to be able to get it, and was able to throw out the runner, Lorelai Ikea, very, very easily. Jose O'Reilly now going to have nobody on and 2 down. When the ball is flying to the moon, trying to steal is not the best plan. Well, yeah, but you do want to run on Mike Piazza's arm. You want to. But Nancy Chin's hold is superlatively good. Jose O'Reilly, 3-0 pitch on the way. That's going to be low ball 4. So Nancy Chin has now walked 3 batters in the ball game, and it'll bring around Randy Fast Track. Fast Track. Runner on first base, 2 down here in the top of the 4th. 3-1 pitch. Hit out to left field. Ranging to the left is Ahmed Khan. He'll be able to track it down. And the side is retired. Not a 3 up, 3 down. 2 walks in the inning, but a caught stealing, and no damage left on for the bats at this point. They'll head to the bottom of the 4th. They're down by a grand slam. Cinnamon roll on the top of the order here against George Kinks. This is when George needs to, again, just rear back and let it fly and see what you get. Cinnamon roll. 2 homers on the season, batting .400. Steps up to the plate, and we're going to have a 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball to second base. Fast Track picks it up, fires it over to first base. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. She's been effectively wild except for the effective part. Yeah, she's been wild. She's gotten better, but it took a while to get under control. Hank Aaron is going to be the next batter here. Nobody on, 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. George Kinks has got an 0-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball to the pitcher's mound. Kinks picks it up, fires it over to first base, and they'll get Hank Aaron by about 1.5 steps. George Kinks had to come off the mound for a second there. Let's see if that makes him makes her a little bit tired against Wade Beers. But so far, it's been all George Kinks. Wade Beers steps back into the batter's box. Over one in the evening, had the ground out, I believe, in the bottom of the first. I believe that was to fast track, I believe, actually. And this time, a full count pitch hit to Longoria. Over to third base it goes. Over to first base, another 5-3 ground out. And another 1-2-3 inning for George Kinks. And the Whistlers will take their 4-0 lead into the halfway mark of our ball game. Well, I wasn't expecting a pitcher's duel. I was not expecting a pitcher's duel. Evan Longoria, leadoff batter for the Whistlers, number 1 batter of the lineup now at this point, here in the top of the 5th. Nancy Chin is up to 73 pitches on the evening so far. I didn't have this on the bingo card either. I didn't have 3 scoreless innings for both of these ball clubs on my bingo card. That is preposterous. Let's just say preposterous, and we'll leave it at that. Evan Longoria, 1-2 pitch on the way from Nancy Chin. Oh, and that's going to be the second hit batsman of the day, I believe. Nancy Chin is having a rough outing. Is that her second or third? Third hit batsman for Nancy Chin. And that's going to put a runner on first base. Robin Yount, the next one up to bat now. Oh, one offering, and that's going to hit Robin Yount. The second time that Robin Yount has been hit, that knuckleball is all over the place. Like, there's a point in time where you have to think about the safety of the batters because the knuckleball is just not actually able to make this work anymore. Nancy Chin just basically needs to put one over the middle and just try to get the ball across the plate. Man. Ted Williams, runners on first and second. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Nancy Chin just trying to figure out how to throw the knuckleball across the home plate area. And a 2-2 pitch. She gets the called strike 3. Nancy Chin finally is able to get it across home plate, and she actually gets a huge out right there as Ted Williams is retired on a pitch that is a little bit off the edge. Chin had to go to the slider to make it happen. That's not a good sign. And when she has to go slider to get strikes, that is not a good sign. Butts Carlton, runners on first and second. One down now in the top of the 5th. And the first pitch on the way. Ground ball to the shortstop. Can they turn 2? They're going to try it, and they're going to get it. Huge double play for Nancy Chin. The Whistlers were threatening to add on to their 4-run lead. They will go back to the dugout empty-handed, leaving 1 runner on. I guess technically they had 2 base runners, but they failed to score, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It is still a Grand Slam ball game. Well, that could have been way worse. That could have been way, way worse. Nancy Chin is able to relax in the dugout. Longoria has a sore knee. This is younger version of Longoria. Younger version. Prime Longoria. Prime Longoria. All right. Boom Boom McBroom is going to be the first batter here in the bottom of the 5th. George Kinks is up to 52 pitches. It's been a good game for George. The extreme ground ball pitcher has had a great time against this lineup so far. 91 stamina also means that George probably goes most of this ball game. First pitch on the way to Boom Boom McBroom. Popped out to center field. There to make the play is Crockett. And that's just a good pitch to throw right there. It was up and in, and I don't know why Boom Boom's swinging at that in all honesty, but the aggressive Boom Boom tried to drive it about 100,000 feet. Only got it about 150 feet or so, unfortunately. Yeah, because his eye is bad. Yeah, that sounds about right. Mike Piazza up to bat next. One out here in the bottom of the 5th, and a 1-0 pitch on the way. And that one's popped up on the infield. Shortstop picks it up and is going to make the play. 2 down. The bats really have no answer to George Kinks so far. There's been some solid ground balls, but all of those batting averages are very, very slowly coming down back to earth. Jose Payne is going to be the next batter here in the bottom of the 5th. George Kinks' first pitch. That one's hit well out to left center field. There to make the play, though, is Ted Williams. Another 3 up, 3 down inning, and the Whistlers take their 4-0 lead to the top of the 6th. No, we're not going to talk about it yet. We're not talking about it yet. No. No, we're not talking about it yet. Whistlers, top of the 6th we go. Larry Walker up against Nancy Chin. 88 pitches for Nancy Chin. Ironctus is going to talk about it. 2-2 pitch on the way to Larry Walker. Strike 3, swung on and missed. A good knuckleball right about there. I want to see long ball bunt. Anything. Just get us a hit, please. Anything. It was a battle, but the battle goes to the pitcher. Nancy Chin gets her 6th strikeout of the evening, and now she has gone through 5 1/3 innings. She has recovered very nicely at this point. Lisa Crockett's got a 1-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 7 for Nancy Chin. All right, so it is a ball game once again. Both pitchers are just dominating so far. Nancy Chin up to 100 pitches. She might... Excuse me, my apologies. She might barely go 6. Maybe she's... Wow. Okay, Burps, just get out of the system first, and then we'll start talking. There might be a situation where Nancy Chin is able to go into the 7th inning, but I don't see her going very far. So we'll have to see what Nancy Chin can do here against Lorelai Ikaye. 3-0 pitch on the way. And she has just not done very well against Lorelai. A 4-pitch walk. And that'll put a runner on first base. Jose O'Reilly up to bat next. Lorelai takes their lead. They've been caught stealing and picked off, if my memory is correct. So hopefully they don't keep trying to run on Nancy Chin. First pitch on the way, and they're just going to keep trying to steal on Nancy Chin, and they're going to keep getting thrown out. Like, there's a certain point in time where I need to be able to have a slider or something that says, if the opposing pitcher's hold is over 80, do not under any circumstance try to steal. Yes, the caught stealings at least help the game go a little bit faster, which is nice. Second caught stealing for the Bats. Second caught stealing of the night for Lorelai Ikaye. And she's been picked off 2. So 3, technically. 3 times Ikaye has been able to get on the base paths and has immediately been taken off the base paths. I don't know what to make of that. Finley lets you know if he's going to pitch tonight. There's a... you mean Finley Finster? Because the answer would be yes. We will be doing the RTS. Yes. We will see how Finley Finster and the Nobles... No, and the Frogs do tonight. Hammer Longballo will be the first batter here in the bottom of the 6th. We've got, of course, Giorgio Kings back on the mound. 56 pitches for Giorgio. And a 3-1 pitch is on the way. And that one's popped up out to center field. It goes. There is, of course, Lisa Crockett to make the grab. 1 batter, 1 out. He says, meow. He wants it now? We'll get to it in a second here, okay, kitty cat? Good grief, demanding kitty cats on me. Demanding cats. Why? Why are the cats demanding? Oh, he's entertaining. He'll stay up for it. Okay, cool. Cool. I thought it was something completely different. My kitten translation's a little bit rusty. So, you know, hey, it happens that way. Ahmed Khan, the next batter here for the Bats in the bottom of the 6th. And Giorgio Kings has got a 1-2 pitch on the way. And that's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 3. Kinks gets his 3rd strikeout of the evening, but he hasn't needed any of them, in all honesty. He's been doing so good, so well, that he has 2 down, or she, sorry, has 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Samantha Winslow is going to be the final hopes here for the Bats. And a full count pitch on the way from Kinks. Ground ball to the shortstop, who picks it up. That's Yount. Fires it over to first base. And 3 up, 3 down. Go the Bats one more time. Kings just needs to do it for 3 more innings. Will he do it? I don't think so. But we are all here for it now, aren't we? It is official. We are on no-hitter alert against the Bats. Imagine your number 2 pitcher getting a no-hitter for the Bats against the Bats. Yeah, I was not expecting this as the result of this ball game. Again, I was expecting this game to be offense all the way through, the starting pitchers both exiting in like the 4th or 5th innings, and we'd be at like 9-5 right now. We'd end the game at like 10-7. Bats probably winning. Jose O'Reilly coming to bat here in the top of the 7th. Whistlers still leading 4-0. The only runs scored are the 4 hits in the first inning and the 4 runs resulting off of those 4 hits. 2-2 pitch on the way. O'Reilly smacks it to the third baseman, Wade Beers, who picks it up, fires across the diamond. An easy play for Wade Beers. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Randy Fast Track, the number 9 batter, is going to be the next person up to bat. He's batting .077 on the season so far. It has not been good for Randy Fast Track. He's going to have a full count pitch on the way from Nancy Chin, and he's going to swing and miss strike 3. Chased a bad pitch, and Nancy Chin has got her strikeout number 8 of the night. Strikeout number 8, and that'll bring around Evan Longoria. Evan is 1 for 2 in the evening so far. 3-0 pitch on the way from Chin is going to be low, ball 4. Longoria takes the walk. 5 walks on the game now for Nancy Chin. That basically matches how many runs she's given up, except for 1, of course. But 5 walks and 8 strikeouts. Nancy probably should be getting pulled right about here. Yeah, I'm a little concerned they're keeping her in now. Nancy Chin has to go against Robin Yount. Evan Longoria over at first base. 2 down in the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to second. Booted by the second baseman. Cinnamon Roll is not a bad second baseman, and that was just a lapse of judgment. That'll be an error on the second baseman, and it'll bring up Ted Williams. And they're deciding to keep Nancy Chin in. Okay, I guess I need to check the sliders for how quickly pitchers are getting pulled. Nancy Chin is going to be left in to face off against Ted Williams here in the top of the 7th. And this is, again, the 3rd time Ted Williams has had runners on first and second. And this time, at least, there are 2 outs. At least there's 2 outs this time. Nancy Chin looks in for her sign. And the 0-2 offering. Hit. Out to center. It's gonna fall. It's gonna be trouble. It's probably gonna clear the bases. Ted Williams hustles into second base, and he'll hold there and then go on the errant throw. Safe! Errant throw from the cutoff. They missed the cutoff, and it will be going to third base on the play as Ted Williams. It'll be a 2 RBI double for Ted Williams. What an evening it has been for Ted Williams, and just 1 batter too late. And Mamie Skiumsby, or is it Mamie? Mamie Skiumsby is going to be the brand new pitcher here in the ball game. So we're not maximum on the hooks because we noticed when we do that, pitchers, even like Benjamin Abenduct, are pulled in the 7th regardless of how they're performing. So I think we do like 2 or 3 notches into the hooking, so it's quicker, but it's not like too fast. But at this point, it's too slow. Some splendid splintering there. Yeah, that did sound like Ted Williams actually completely destroyed his bat trying to inside out that pitch or just drive it away at this point. But left-handed pitcher, Skiumsby, going to be on the mound here in the top of the 7th. The Whistlers now lead 6-0. And the first pitch on the way against Butts Carlton. Carlton popped up on the infield, and that's going to be Wade Beers making the play in foul territory, as that one had some major English on it. It is the 7th inning stretch as that finishes the top of the 7th. Whistlers take their 6-0 lead into the 7th inning stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and George Orkings is back on the mound. 73 pitches for George Orkings. He has the top of the order, I'm afraid. Do not get attached to the no-hitter, guys. It's probably going to go away in this inning right here, okay? Just be happy that it happened all the way through 7 innings, okay? Okay? Just be thankful that it happened in the first place. Kinks is going to start getting into the end of his or end of her green fresh area, and it's going to be a little bit tougher moving on now. Cinnamon Roll 3-2 pitch on the way. Out to center it goes, and that is the end of the no-hitter. We bring it up, and it immediately goes away. Cinnamon Roll is able to get the congratulatory fist pump from the first base coach, and the no-no is gone. A hit for the bats, and now Georgia Kings just doesn't want to give up a run, basically. Hank Aaron, runner on first base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And the first pitch on the way, and they're going to call a balk on Kings. All right, over to second base goes the runner. That'll be Cinnamon Roll now in scoring position for Hank Aaron. And a 1-2 pitch, ground ball to third. Longoria looks the runner back, fires across the diamond, and that'll be an easy play for the Gold Glove third baseman. How many infield plays has Longoria made tonight, folks? 6? 7? Wade Beers time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the best batter in baseball. Wade Beers steps into the batter's box, runner on second, one down, and Georgia Kings might be a Sith. Well, it has been an absolutely phenomenal game. Oh, wait, they don't deal in absolutes, right? Or is it the other way around? Do they only deal in absolutes? But regardless, Wade Beers, 0 for 2 in the ball game so far, has had a couple of ground outs to his name. Is going to have an 0-2 pitch. Pops it over the left field line. That's going to be an extra base hit for Wade Beers. Down the line it goes. This is going to score the first run of the ball game. And into second goes Wade Beers. It's a double. Wade Beers picks up a double. That'll score Cinnamon Roll, and the Bats have their first run of the ball game. Boom Boom McBroom is going to be the next batter here in the bottom of the 7th. One down, a runner still in scoring position as a double from Wade Beers scored in Cinnamon Roll. And boom boom, 1-1 pitch, hit out center field it goes. There to make the grab though is Crockett, and she'll fire it back in. Well done right there for Lisa Crockett on a very well hit ball. Out by the warning track, we're being told, even though it didn't look like warning track power. I think the play-by-play was a little bit too generous back at the warning track, but Crockett able to make the play. Mike Piazza is going to be the next batter now. Runner on second. 2 down in the inning, and Mike Piazza is going to have a full count pitch. He swings and misses on a circle changeup. The Bats will leave the runner in scoring position. They do get one, though, on the 2 hits. They'll get it within 5, but they're still down by 5 as we head to the top of the 8th. Well, they got the 1 run, but it might not be anything close to enough if they can't get a couple more in the next couple of innings. Larry Walker up against the relief pitcher of the Bats. That's Mammy Sciumsby. 0-2 pitch on the way. And that's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good piece of pitching right there by the reliever of the Bats. 4 pitches, 2 outs, 1 by strikeout. Sciumsby looking very good on the mound. And Lisa Crockett is going to be the next batter here in the top of the 8th. 2-1 pitch on the way to Crockett. And Sciumsby sees it grounded over to shortstop. Shortstop, that's going to be, of course, Samantha Winslow. Fires across the first. And that'll be 2 up, 2 down for the Bats. Top of the 8th. Lorelei, a.k.a. who's had 1 hit by pitch and 2 walks, comes up to the bat again. Her OBP is now officially 312. And a 2-2 pitch on the way to Lorelei. And again, we're going to hit Lorelei. Okay, game. We've had a lot of hit by pitches, and I don't know why. Jose O'Reilly up to bat next. Top of the 8th we are. Sciumsby's got a runner on first base. Now let's see if they try to run on Sciumsby. First pitch on the way. Fly a ball to the first baseman. Boom Boom McBroom reaches out, makes the play. Little lazy line drive, basically, from the number 8 batter. And that'll retire the side. The Whistlers will get the hit by batsman, but they'll strand the runner at first base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 6-1. 6-1 is the score. Whistler is still holding on to that 5-run lead as Jose Payne, Hammer Longbalo, and Ahmed Khan are going to be the 3 batters here in the bottom of the 8th. Georgia Kings doing very well so far in this ball game. Up to 96 pitches now, though, so we'll see if they have a closer come in for the ninth or not. Hammer long ball. Oh, sorry, Jose Payne. 0-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle. That'll get through for a leadoff single. All right, you got to be careful about the floodgates opening up here. You don't want to get back around to the top of the order of people on base. George Kings now has Hammer Longballo to deal with. Jose Payne not going to run unless his life depends upon it, basically. Hammer Longballo, 0-2 in the ball game so far. Kinks is going to have an 0-2 pitch, and that is not what you want to do. He will plunk Hammer Longballo on a circle changeup, and we'll have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Ahmed Khan comes up to bat next. He's only batting 167 on the season so far, but this would be a great time to start turning that around. Runners in scoring position now. I think we do need to turn down the hit by pitch a little bit. It's a little high, which is weird. I did turn it down, so it used to be worse. We're a little too hit friendly at the moment. Ahmed Khan, runner on first and second. I would love to know what George Kinks' hit by pitch rating is, though, because there are some pitchers who are due to hit about 5 or 6 batters or more a season, but it's very rare to have them hit, you know, like 4 people in one game. That's rare. Ahmed Khan, first pitch on the way. Ground ball to the shortstop. To second, and the second baseman boots it. Oh, no. Randy fast track. No, they're going to give the air to Yount because of a bad throw. Ooh. Bases are loaded for Samantha Winslow. Bases loaded, nobody out. The defense is going to have to come in clutch right here because George Kings does not strike out a lot of batters. The ball's probably going to get put in play. Kings looks in for the sign. We're going to go to pitch by pitch right here because if you get around the top of the order and there's still bases loaded, you're in trouble. First pitch. And that's in there, I believe, for strike one. Samantha Winslow. 0-1 pitch on the way from George Kinks. And that's going to be high ball one. So that one missed by just a little bit. The curveball not quite floating down into the strike zone. Samantha Winslow evens up the count 1-1. 105 pitches now for George Kinks. On deck is Cinnamon Roll. In the hole is Hank Aaron. They both want a shot at this. The 1-1 offering is in there. Strike two. Just on the knees, the knuckleball, and Samantha Winslow's in the hole now. 1-2 is the count. Kinks would actually prefer the strikeout, in all honesty, although the double play would be preferred. 1-2 pitch on the way. High and in, ball two. Just barely up and in. Debatably a ball. George Kinks, even count once again. 2-2 pitch to Samantha Winslow. That's going to be low and in, ball three, a full count pitch now. You don't want to walk in a run ahead of Cinnamon Roll, Hank Aaron, Wade Beers, and Boom Boom McBroom. That would be the worst thing you could possibly do. Full count pitch to Samantha Winslow. Runners are not going to take off, though. We don't have 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to first. To home, and they're going to go back to first base. It's a double play, a unique double play. Home and first. Wow. A huge double play turned by Carlton and O'Reilly, the first baseman and the catcher. It was sharply hit. Winslow did everything she could to try to drive it out of the infield, but it was right to the first baseman, who immediately threw it home, recovered to get to the bag, received the throw from O'Reilly, and they doubled up Samantha Winslow back at first base. Wow. All right. Now, you're not out of the woods yet. You're not out of the woods yet. You still have to deal with Cinnamon Roll. Cinnamon Roll, very good hitter, very good power hitter. You still have to get out of the inning, but that was a huge double play. Runners on second and third. 2 down in the inning now. Georgia Kings up to 109 pitches. Let's see if they walk Cinnamon Roll. We're going to go pitch by pitch on this right here. You could walk Cinnamon Roll, get to Hank Aaron. That might be an option. They are electing not to. And that's going to be low, ball one of a knuckleball. That one was a little bit below the knees. Cinnamon Roll would love to connect with one right about here. The 1-0 pitch. That one, I believe, is in there for a strike, though. Circle changeup, and a beauty of a circle changeup. A little bit too much of the zone, but it was still a good pitch. We'll have a 1-1 pitch now officially to Cinnamon Roll. Runners on second and third, 2 down. And the delivery. It's going to be low, ball 2. Cinnamon Roll has a batter's count. He's had a great career so far for the season. He's doing just as splendidly. He looks out for the pitch from Georgia Kinks, who's up to 112 now. And the delivery. Hit high. Hit deep down the line. And it'll fall in for an extra base hit. The left fielder, Ted Williams, was not able to track it very well. I think he might have lost it in the sunset. And it will be a triple for Cinnamon Roll. That one was hit high and deep, and I don't know if Ted Williams just lost it for a quick second. I think he might have, though. And it literally just kind of bounced in front of the warning track and rolled to the wall. And Cinnamon Roll, hustling out of the gates, is able to get to third base before Williams is able to get the throw into the cutoff man. So it'll be a 2 RBI triple for Cinnamon Roll, and that means the tying run is on deck. Hank Aaron, runner on third base. Georgia Kings would love to get that final out still. You can still do it and still prevent a situation where Wade Beers is the tying run. Hank Aaron, 1-0 pitch. Ground ball right in front of home plate. Catcher picks it up, fires the first base. That will retire the side. The 8th inning is over. What could have been an absolute tragedy only results in 2 runs on 2 hits. The Bats leave a runner 90 feet from home, and they will not have the tying run up with Wade Beers. We go to the top of the 9th. The score is 6-3 in favor of the away squad. Well, that was an interesting inning. That was a very interesting inning. Top of the 9th we go. Randy Fast Track. First batter here against Mamie Skiumsby. And the first pitch on the way from the relief pitcher. Grounded to Wade Beers, who picks it up, fires across the diamond. Easy play for the third baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. And we'll go to the top of the order. Evan Longoria, Robin Yount, and Ted Williams, potentially the next 3 batters here for the Whistlers. They have faced only left-handed pitchers all game, by the way. Skiumsby's got a 0-2 pitch on the way. Longoria hits it high. Longoria hits it deep and gone. Solo bomb for Evan Longoria, 432 feet, and the Whistlers get back to they get back out to a grand slam ball game. 7-3 is the score. They get a run back against the Bats. So they finally answer the 3 runs scored by the Bats of one of their own here in the top of the 9th. And if I was the Bats, I'd probably would have gotten Jaden Miller in just because you want to keep it close. But at the end of the day, you also don't want to burn him on a game that's not going to matter anyways. Mamie Skiumsby now has to play against Robin Yount and Ted Williams. 2-2 pitch on the way. Now into the middle, hit hard, and it'll be a 1-out single. Robin Yount continues the hot streak as he's able to get a single here in the top of the 9th. And the game has come down to a crawl once again. Ted Williams, runner on first base, 1 down. And the 0-2 pitch is going to be a stolen base attempt for Robin Yount. That might have been a hit and run that they did not plan correctly. Robin Yount is thrown out by a mile. Mike Piazza's had 3 stolen base caught stealings now in the ball game, I believe. 3 of them to his name. And that'll bring nobody on for Ted Williams. And a 2-2 pitch on the way to Ted. Grounded right in front of home plate. Catcher picks it up, fires it across the first base. And outside of the home run. The Whistlers go 1-2-3. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on. Whistlers lead by a grand slam as we head to the bottom of the 9th. You're allowed to get runners out when they try to steal? Wait. You're allowed to do that? Warbot over here being like, wait a minute. You're supposed to try to throw them out? You can do that? As his catcher down with OBP is just... What do you have? Like a 30 arm behind home plate, basically? It's pretty weak. All right. Bottom of the 9th we go. They're going to let George or Kings try to do the complete game. That's an interesting choice here, game. Interesting choice. Wade Beers, first batter here in the bottom of the 9th. And a 2-2 pitch on the way from George or Kings. And that's going to be an easy fly ball out to right field. So George or Kinks has Wade Beers' number outside of that double in the bottom of the 7th. It has been all George or Kinks. 2 more outs needed for George to get the complete game. It won't be a shutout, but it would be a complete game, which would give the Whistlers a huge win over the Bats. 7-3 is the score, and Boom Boom McBroom up to bat next. 0-for-3 in the ball game. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Boom Boom slaps it down the left field line. That'll be an extra base hit for Boom Boom. Around first he goes. He heads for second. And he will slide in the second base with a 1-out double. Wow, you're really tall there, Boom Boom. That kind of makes sense, though. Mike Piazza, the next batter here. Runner on second base. 1 down. And that will be the end of George or Kings' evening. Johnny Omar is going to be the new pitcher here for the Whistlers in the bottom of the 9th. Mike Piazza, chance to drive home a run right here, though. 1-0 pitch on the way. Pops it out to right field. On comes Ray Walker. He's there to make the grab. And Boom Boom McBroom will hold at second. Final chance here is going to be Jose Payne, the switch hitting DH. Going to bat from the left side against the right-handed pitching Johnny Omar. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. This is the final hope for the Bats. 1-1 pitch. Popped up behind home plate. Catcher is there to make the grab. He'll make the catch. And that is the ball game. Whistlers take down the Bats 7-3. The upstart Cinderella story continues for the Whistlers, who I don't think we projected to be anywhere close to this good. The Whistlers move on to 7-1 to start the season, and the Bats are going to be given their second loss of the year. I don't know what to think about this, guys. Am I supposed to be impressed? Am I supposed to be shocked? What am I supposed to feel here, guys? What's going on? The Bats get 5 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. They put the ball in play a lot, and they walk away with only 3 runs on those 5 hits. The Whistlers get 7 hits, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts. They are much more patient. They also struck out a lot more often, too. But they get 7 runs on those 7 hits and 5 walks. They leave 5 people on base. The Bats leave 3. Both teams have an error. There are 6 batters hit in the ball game. There are 3 caught stealings. Ikaye got caught twice, and Robin Yount was caught once near the end of the ball game. And 1 impressive double play from the catcher and first base combination of the Whistlers, keeping the game in a much better situation than it otherwise would have been in regards to that bottom of the 8th.